Hi everyone, my name is Madhulakshmi Natiketi. Welcome to our channel Code Chasers. In our earlier video, we saw what are exceptions and also we saw a real-time example of handling exceptions, how the exceptions are handled in real time. In this video, we will see what are different types of exceptions and how can we raise a custom exception, and also we will see what is else block in exceptional handling, and also we will see what is final block in exceptional handling, and also finally we will see how can we handle multiple exemptions. Okay, without wasting time, we will start our video. We will see we will see common exceptions in Python. Below listed are common exceptions in Python. Okay. First one is zero division error. Just in last video we saw what is zero division error. When we are dividing a numerical uh, divided by zero, this gives a result of undefined, right? Undefined. It can't be defined. Division by zero. So this is a kind of exception that we already saw in last video. And second one is index error. Index error in the sense, suppose there is a list, okay? There is a list containing numbers 1, 2, 3, and this particular index is 0, second index is 1, and third index is 2. Okay, let's, if at all you are taking numericals, if at all you are confusing, I'll take alphabets. Okay, a comma b comma c. A is carrying an index of 0, b is carrying an index of 1, c is carrying an index of 2. So if at all I access, let's say it's list L1, if at all I access L1 of 0, A will be printed, L1 of 1, B will be printed, L1 of 2, C will be printed, right? If at all I try to access accidentally, if at all I try to access L1 of 3, it will give index error, okay? Index error, and we can handle this index error the same way we have handled zero division error, okay? And key error. Key error. What is key error? Suppose if at all we take dict, key error here. If at all we take dict 1 is equal to name, let's say something Madhu. It contains only one key and value pair. Sorry. If at all we are trying to access dict 1 of name, the corresponding value will be printed. But if at all I try to access the name which is the key which is not there in the dict, let's say age, this is not there in the dict, then we will be having a key error. Key error. This also will be handled by the same way that we have handled zero division error in our earlier video. And OS error. OS error occurs while handling with the files. Suppose like we did discuss the file handling in Python, we'll be discussing in our next videos. Just I'll give an overview. OS error occurs whenever we are trying to open a file which does not exist. Then OS error will come. Okay, operation system error. Okay, whenever we are trying to close a file that does not exist, like that particular errors will fall under OS errors. Type errors. What are type errors? Type error is like whenever I'm trying to add, let's say suppose there is a string Madhu, and there is an integer 2. If at all I am trying to add accidentally these two particular, a string and an integer, this is not allowed in Python because these two are different data types. Two different data types can't be added. Okay, so whenever we are performing this kind of operation, Python will raise a type error. Okay, type error. Okay, next value error. Value error. Suppose I have a string Madhu, okay, by like, and it is stored in a variable v, okay. In my program, for suppose like accidentally, knowingly or unknowingly, I am converting this string v to float type. Let's say like I am converting to float type, float of v. See, string can't be converted to float type, right? So this is wrong. It can't. This process can't be handled in Python. So it will raise a value error. Value error. Okay. Now module not found error. Module not found. What is module not found? Module not found. Module not found. I'll write it down. Module not found. Suppose like, see, whenever we are writing programs, we will be importing some modules. Okay. Suppose there is like, what can I say, there will be user defined modules and inbuilt modules. You please don't go that much deep into modules now. I'll be discussing in our earlier videos. I'll be discuss. See, we have already discussed modules. Like, modules are of two different types: user defined and inbuilt inbuilt modules. User defined are the modules like which are defined by us. Okay. Inbuilt modules are the that come along with Python. For suppose, time is a module which comes along with Python. Okay. uh, we don't like, this is not a user defined. You, for example, user defined, if at all there are two files, file 1 dot py and file 2 dot py. File 2 contains some logic, file 1 contains some logic. I just want to use the logic once which is there in file 2 in file 1. So what will I do? I'll import file 1, import file 2. This I am writing in file 1, and I'll use the logic. If at all it is present in some method, let's say method 1, I'll write import file 2. Or like, if at all if we want to write, or if we want to import a certain method, we can write from file 2 import method 1, method 1. So this kind of like importing we will do generally with user defined modules. But if at all you are importing some module which is not present, then you will be having this module not found error. Okay. See, this is an overview. Okay. So if you want, you can please type in the comments that if at all you want a detailed explanation, I'll be explaining each and every error in detail in a shorts form. I'll be creating shorts on each and every error, and I'll be posting in our channel. If at all you want it in a detail, you please ping in the comment section. We will. I'll definitely create videos on that. Okay. And now we will see what is finally keyword. Finally keyword in exceptional handling and else keyword in exceptional handling. Okay. For that we have to see this in coding section. So we will shift to coding section. Hi, to explain finally keyword, else keyword, and like, we also discussed that we will be discussing handling multiple exceptions, right? Multiple exceptions, right? Exceptions, right? So we will discuss these three in this particular method itself. This is the method that what we have discussed in our earlier video, right? So what will I do is, like, I'll remove this try and except, and we'll check what will happen. Okay. Here we are trying to handle the exception, right? If at all we don't try to handle the exceptions, what will happen here? We will check once. Okay. So I'm trying to print this, like I'm trying to execute this. See, the error is zero division error, because it is saying that whenever we are trying to divide 2 divided by 0, Python like is raising a zero division error. Here we are not handling it properly. That's why it is showing it as an error. Okay. If at all we handle it properly by using try and except block, we have seen in our earlier video, it will be handled properly and it will give a sensible message. Okay. So, and like, we will also see uh, what can I say? We will also try this way, okay? Instead of passing 0, I'll pass a string. What will happen? We'll see. If at all I try to execute, see, it is saying type error. Unsupported operand types of int and string. It is saying that whenever a division is happening, like, obviously a sensible person can do a division between two integers, right? An integer and integer divided by integer. But here we are doing a division between two different data types like integer and a string. That is like a senseless division. Python can't handle this, so it has thrown error, type error, because these two are different data types. Type error means those two belongs to different data types. A division operation is happening between two different data types, so Python couldn't able to do that, so it gave type error. So we will see how can we handle this type error. And uh, what do you call zero division error? There are two possibilities, right? If at all I pass string, type error will come. If at all I pass zero, what will come? Zero division error will come. So how can we handle these two particular errors in one particular method? That means I'm handling these two particular exceptions in one method itself. Multiple exceptional handlings. Okay, I'll try to write my try block. I'll try to start my try block, and I suspect that in this particular area of my code, I suspect that exception can occur, right? Exception can occur while performing this program. If at all it is zero, zero division error can occur. If at all it is a string, type error can occur. So I kept this particular block in try block. And like what can I expect? I can expect zero division error. Zero, see, PyCharm is very helpful. It will give suggestions. Zero division error. If at all I press enter, it will come zero division error. And I'll print as, if at all it is a zero division error, I'll catch it here, this zero division error, and I'll print a sensible message. You can't divide any number by 0. This is a sensible message. User can understand. I can also expect a type error, right? Type error. TYP. If at all you type TY, PyCharm will automatically suggest type error. PyCharm is so helpful. Trust me. So I suggest you to use PyCharm. Okay. So if at all you are trying to code Python, like my suggestion is to use PyCharm to code Python. Okay, so like it's not mandate, it's up to you. You can use PyCharm, or like you can use Windows IDE also. The Visual Studio, you can also use Visual Studio. Okay, so you can also use Jupyter Notes also. That is also so helpful. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, coming back to this exceptions topic. So now I have to print a sensible message. So you can't divide, you can't perform division between two different different data types. Okay, so this is like a sensible message that user can understand. Okay, so here I am using an else keyword. Okay, why I am using else keyword, you will understand now. Okay, so else means what? Else means, like, we have already seen this else keyword in if else conditions, right? If some condition is true, you execute the if block. Else you execute the else block. Okay. You consider now, if at all we have exception, zero division error, it will go to this particular except block and it will execute this print statement. If at all it finds a type error, it will be catched here and this particular print statement will be executed. If suppose there is no exception occurred, though no exception occurred, then it will go to the else block. You can also write else block here. If at all there is no exception, no exception has occurred, you want to write some more logic. You want to add some more logic also. If at all no exception has occurred, you also want to append some more logic to it. So I can write that particular logic in the else block. Else, let's say print. I am writing a print statement. Division happened happened like, please ignore spellings. Okay, it happened successfully. Okay, I just want to append this print statement. If at all no exception has occurred, so I'll write that particular logic in else block. Okay, and finally is a block like where you want to execute the code any way. anyway, like even if you encounter an exception, finally will be executed. Even if you don't encounter an exception, finally will be executed. So there is some particular logic you have to execute. You have to execute immaterial to the exception has occurred or not occurred. Okay, let's say print, this will be executed, this will be executed immaterial to immaterial to exception. We'll see this. Okay, finally will be executed, finally the code in finally block will be executed immaterial to exception, even if the exception has occurred or not occurred. Sorry, like material t real. Okay, please, I'm bad at spellings. Okay, please ignore that. uh, so now you understood, right? If at all some exception has occurred, it will go to like the particular exceptions will be catched. See here, I have written only two exemptions because I am predicting only two exceptions can occur here. So I have written like I had written code to handle these two exceptions. Okay. So if at all there is a possibility, like you can expect that three to four exceptions can occur, then you can handle that three to four exceptions by handling them separately. Okay, else keyword here, if at all there is no exception has occurred, this is a successful statement will be printed. Okay, if at all exception has occurred or not occurred, this finally block will be printed. Okay, and if at all I execute this, now I am passing Madhu, right? Madhu is a string. Obviously, like type error we can expect, right? So we will see what will like what the output will be. See, the output is you can't perform division between two different data types. See, it has caught the type error, you and it has executed this print statement, and what is the other statement that it has executed? This will be executed immaterial to exception. See, exception has occurred, our finally block has executed the block, the code which is in the finally block is executed even if the exception has occurred. Let's say, like I'll take a valid condition here, let's say 2. Here I can't expect any exception because it's a straightforward scenario. 2 by 2 is 1, so no exception will be occurred here. Like still finally will be executed here. See, 2 by 2 is 1, my result is printed 1.0, and what has executed, division happened successfully, else block has executed because no no exception has occurred. 2 by 2 is a straightforward scenario. I can't expect a zero division here in this case, and also I can't expect type error in this case. Okay, so no exception has occurred, directly jumped into else block in the sense there is no exception, so the code has been diverted to else block. So it has printed this division happened successfully. Division happened successfully. See, this will be executed immaterial to exception. Finally, the code which is in finally block has executed immaterial to exception. Earlier case there was an exception. In that case also finally block has executed. Here there is no exception. In this case also finally block has executed. Okay. Now we will take zero division error. Zero division error. We will see whether it will catch it correctly or not. As per our expectations, our output should be 2 by 0. It will raise an error, zero division error. So we are handling the zero division error here. So it should execute this print statement. You can't divide any number by 0. This print statement should come, and again it will not go into else block because it has already caught an exception. After that it will come into finally block, finally will be executed immaterial to exception, right? And the next statement it should be printing is this will be executed immaterial to exception. Two statements should be printed. You can't divide any number by 0, and this will be executed immaterial to exception. These two particular statements should be printed. We'll see. See, you can't divide any number by 0. This will be executed immaterial to exception. Two print statements have printed. See, this is how like you have to use exceptional handling. Exceptional handling is like very much interesting topic and also very much useful topic also. As far as like client is concerned, we have, as I have discussed in earlier video, we have to deliver our product, we have to deliver our application we have to develop our application in such a way that it should be very user friendly by giving success, like by giving not successful logs. Like obviously, like these logs will be going to the client. Those logs also should not panic the user. They should be like informative. If at all a zero division error has occurred, if at all you have given the statement you can't divide any number by zero, the user can understand, oh, I have passed the input as zero, so it couldn't able to divide, so I'll pass another input. So he'll be understanding the concept, and he'll be passing a valid input. Okay. So this is how the exception handling is done. Multiple exceptional handling is done. So see, sorry, like this video has like gone bit too long. So I thought to discuss how to raise an exception also in this video, but it will be too long. I'll be discussing how to raise an exception in the next video. Okay. So we'll be continuing the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video like was useful to you. If at all you found this video useful, and if at all you are really found that the information which I am providing is informative and it is helping you to build your Python programming skills, you please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you so much. We'll meet in our next video and we'll discuss how to raise an exception. Thank you so much.